it's Brianna. I'm back. I know it's been really long since I've been on Christmas break, and it's been like 2 months. First and foremost, okay, let's get started. I am currently at my house in Nashville, so I know the backdrop of setting is a little different. But let's get started. I have a lot to fill you guys in on. There's just been so much happening over the past couple of months. So let's start with school. I know in my last video I had mentioned that I failed fundamentals during my first semester of nursing school, and I had to send a letter into the academic board, and I made a video on that day saying that they were going to find out if I got accepted or not. And I was at work at the WKU store, and I checked my email and found out that I got reaccepted for the spring. Yay! I'm so excited. Seriously though, that was like a huge blessing for me. It was so big, and I realized, you know, if I just give it to God and let Him take care of it, He will take care of me, and He will provide everything that I need. And I'm so thankful for this second opportunity, this second chance. School starts next week, so I'm excited to start over. One of the next things I mentioned in my last video was that I wanted to get baptized before the new year was over. So that's what I did. I went home on a Saturday after work so I could get baptized on a Sunday. And this was a huge ordeal for me. I mean, it was a big decision, and I knew in my heart that I was ready to take the next step in my relationship with the Lord, and I wanted to go deeper in that. So I was ready, but you know, just the whole, I guess theatrics of it all, like, you know, everyone's showing up and people watching you, and you know, the pastor guy has to get involved and everything. I wanted Daddy John to baptize me because he has made the biggest difference in my spiritual life, and he means so much to me, and I love him very much. So I wanted us to share that together, and he baptized me. My pastor, Brandon, was there, and my mom and my brother, and then Daddy John's mom and dad, and then one of my friends from church. So it was a small group, I guess kind of big for me considering what I was doing, but it was a small group. At first, I was going to do it in front of the whole congregation of the church after the sermon was over, but then I decided not to, and that I just wanted to do it in private with my family. And so the church that I go to doesn't have an actual building. We kind of rent this place, so it's not really our church building. And so our baptismal whatever thing is a horse trough. And I know that's supposed to be really weird for some of you guys, but it's cool in our church because we're full of college students and hipsters and really cool people. So I got baptized in a horse trough. And they said that the water was heated, so that was nice. So I got changed and I got ready to go into the baptismal pool or whatever. And the Pastor Brandon said that the water heater was out. So the water, I felt it, was ice cold. It was like 30 degrees. I'm not kidding you. It was so cold. So normally how a baptism would go is that you sit in the water or you stand in the water, and they do the talking part and they ask you the question, and then you go under. Well, the water was so cold that I decided to do the talking part outside of the water and then hurry up and get in the water and dunk myself. So we did the talking part, and then it was time for me to step into the water. And they had asked me before this started, they said, you can always switch to a different day or a different church. We can leave here and go somewhere else. And I was like, no, I want to do it here. This is my church family. This is my church home, and this is where I want to be. So I did it in the cold water. So I got in, and my mom's videotaping this whole thing. So I got in the water, and I stood there for like a minute. And then they wanted me to sit in the water before I went under. So I was in the process of sitting down, and all you could hear in the video was like mumbles. And then all of a sudden you heard, hurry up, it's cold. Like, I feel so bad that I said that during my baptism, but it was so cold. I was like, hurry up and get this over with. So I did that, and it was great. It was the most amazing experience I ever had, and having Daddy John do it was just 100% times more special, and I'm so thankful I did it when I did it, because I am a new creation, born again with the Lord, and I'm so happy with my new life. So that's my baptism story. Let's move on to my boyfriend. There's a lot of stuff that I want to tell you guys about my boyfriend, James. Yes, we are still together, and I have officially gotten asked that question, how long have you guys been together? Well, we have known each other for a year, and we dated for 3 months before. We broke up for about 3 months, and then now we're back together. Or something of that matter. It was in the timeline. I don't remember. All throughout this year, we've been in each other's lives. So my answer to that question was, we have known each other for a year. And because I didn't want to say we dated before we broke up and now we're dating again, or we've only been dating for 3 months. We've known each other for a year, and it has honestly been the best year with him in my life. When I reflect on 2013, it makes me want to vomit because it was the hardest year of my life with all of this emotional stuff going on outside, family drama, school, I failed, you know, there was so much to be discouraged about. But I overcame that, and I went through a lot. But then when I realized that James Thomason was with me every step of that year, through the good and the bad, and that just makes me appreciate him even more. You know, even when I broke his heart, he was still my friend, and he's the best boyfriend I could ever ask for. He's so great, and we have spent so much time together over Christmas break. Me going to his house or him coming to my apartment, you know, we have spent so much time together because work at the WKU store would not let me have any time off. Since school was out, I was working all the time, and I never got to go to Nashville, so I was always in Bowling Green. Therefore, my boyfriend and I hung out and spent a lot of time together, which was great, and I feel like we really got to know each other. And our relationship is growing. He said to me that he wanted to find a church together in Bowling Green, which was probably the best thing I've ever heard, and I've prayed for that for a really long time. So we're in the process of finding a church together, and we just really want our relationship to grow in the Lord, and God to be the center of our relationship, which is a challenge because it wasn't like that before, but we both love God and we both want to stay in church, so that's how we're going to start rebuilding our relationship, I guess. And my boyfriend is so great, and well, one night we were together just laying next to each other, cuddling, talking, and we were just having this really personal, like really intimate moment, just sharing our emotions and just sharing everything that we were feeling. And he looks at me and he was like, I really want to marry you. And I was elated. I was so happy and speechless and, you know, over the moon. He just started expressing his feelings towards that, and he was like, I really want to marry you. And so we have a hard time not talking about that anymore, because we're both really, really sure and certain that we want to get married, and we want to be with each other for the rest of our lives. And so my mom got married on January 11th of 2014. It was the most beautiful and intimate personal experience I've ever had. It was amazing and so wonderful to witness. My mom actually made a funny statement the morning of her wedding. She said that I, Brianna, have been to all 3 of her weddings, this being the last one. And because the first one, she got married because she was pregnant with me, and then the second one was my stepdad and now Daddy John. So it was so beautiful, and they did the whole ceremony sitting down at the dinner table with close family around, and it was different. It was different than any other experience I've been to for a wedding, but it was beautiful, and I was so thankful that they let me be a part of that and that I could witness it. After it was over, I went to the bathroom and cried like a baby because it was just so beautiful.